Okay, I just have to stop for a second because my eyebrows today, like I kind of snapped for fake. Hello friends, it's me. Welcome back to my YouTube channel again. So it's been probably about a little bit over a month now since I've graduated, and I've really just been trying to take this time to self-reflect and figure out what is my purpose, like why am I doing things. And I realized that a lot of the reason why things weren't necessarily working out in my favor is because I did not have the why. And I think the why is so important, and if we don't have the why, we will end up realizing that we're self-sabotaging ourselves, probably unintentionally. What my proposition is today in this video is your unknown self-sabotage may be preventing you from discovering your why. Let that sink in. According to Psychology Today, behavior is said to be self-sabotaging when it creates problems in our life and interferes with long-standing goals. I came up with my own definition of the why that I'm explaining, and according to me, the why is the alignment of what we want to be doing to what we are being called to do in order to serve a purpose or reach a goal. In this video, I'm going to break down 4 key things that are acts of self-sabotage that I feel like may be interfering with your why, you finding your purpose and what you should be doing in your life, your call that God is asking you to do, things like that. Number 1, using social media for our measure of success. And I think that a lot of us do that, especially in this generation. It's not necessarily our fault. Like, we were brought up on social media, like that's our thing. Everybody wants to post what they're doing. I know that I've kind of talked about this in some of my other videos, but I'm going to dive into it specifically into self-sabotage and the why. This can prevent us from finding the why because we compare someone else's process to what we are doing. So when you see somebody else and you see that they've taken this route to get to their level of success, then we're sitting here thinking like, dang, well maybe I should be doing it that way too. But what we don't realize is that there are so many different ways to get to the same goal. Imagine yourself on a street and you have like a fork in the road. There's a way that you could go to get to where you're trying to go. This is a shortcut, and then there's the longer way. So naturally you would think that the shortcut is the better route, but sometimes if you go on that shortcut route, you might miss out on what your purpose is. During obstacles and during that time of going on your journey, which is life, you will be able to see different things and things will be unveiled to you so that you can figure out, well, what is my why? Why am I doing this? What purpose is it going to serve? Who is it going to help? How am I going to leave my impact on the world? Also, when you use social media to try to measure your success, people are doing things and they're purposely being flashy. So then you'll think that your why, your purpose in life, isn't as flashy as somebody else's. It might make you think that your purpose is a little bit different than what it actually is. Like, don't worry about the flashiness of it all. What's going to feed your soul? What's going to make you feel good? Number 2, resting for too long. Just take a seat, sit there, fill it out for a second, but you don't have to lay down all the time. If you do rest for too long, if you lay down for a little bit too long, you can start to overthink everything. So then you start thinking like, dang, well, is this really my why? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Can I really achieve this? There's other people that are doing this, this, and this. They're at X, Y, and Z location. And don't worry about them. Worry about you. If you are on the go and you're focused on your goals and you're pushing yourself and you're not sitting there resting and thinking about the things that you are doing wrong or how you could be at a certain place, then you will actually be putting into action. You won't have time to think about it. You just know that this is what I'm gonna do and go. Keep striving towards your goal. The longer that you sit and you wait and you think about it, the more you're gonna think yourself out of doing what you need to do. You didn't receive this calling to do this for no reason. God is not gonna lead you anywhere that you should not be. So you keep going and you keep praying that He's pushing you in the right direction. Don't get too in your head. Don't think about it too much. Just, know what's in your heart, know what's in your gut, and just keep pushing towards it. God is not going to lead you somewhere and leave you there. Like, if He's pushing you to do something, then that means that you are about to serve the purpose that he has put you on this planet to do. And he's not a miracle worker for nothing. It's not about the qualifications. It's about God has set you here to do this, so you need to go and do it. Don't worry about how and all of that stuff. All that stuff will reveal itself if you're in the right place and doing the right thing. Next, blaming others for the toxic things we are doing to ourselves. It's raining. Like, there's wind. I'm a little frightened. Okay, let me repeat that again. Blaming others for the toxic things that we are doing to ourselves. Yes. There are some people truly in your corner that you'd rather point the finger at than pointing at yourself. What are you doing wrong? Like, yes, there are other people that can be haters, and I'm gonna get to that next, but what are you doing wrong that is leading to your own demise? Not everybody that is around you is hating on you. Not everybody is trying to tear you down. There are people that are really trying to build you up, and if you don't utilize them in that way, you could end up missing out on good people that are in your corner that are trying to push you towards success. Sometimes you got to take a look in the mirror at yourself and say, okay, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing that is leading me down this wrong path? Like, it's not always everybody else. So when you take that time for self-reflection and you take a look at yourself in the mirror and you really see yourself clearly, this will give you the chance to point the finger at yourself to say, you know what? You're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. You need to X, Y, Z. And I'm not talking about being overcritical of yourself. I'm just talking about being real with yourself. Like, none of us are perfect. So pointing the finger at yourself can help you realize what your downfalls are, so you don't continue to self-sabotage yourself and you don't continue to point yourself in the wrong direction. You don't continue to have toxic traits that will push other people out your life that you want to work with. Like, you have to be willing, when you're in this process of trying to break the cycle, you have to be willing to point at yourself and see what you're doing wrong so that you can get to a greater place. Now we're gonna talk about the haters. Do not let the haters get in your head, y'all. Like, they're here to push you down. Remember this about the haters: just as much as there are people who want to see you fall on your face, there are people that really want to see you win, and they need whatever it is that you have to offer to the world. So by you finding your why, you can help somebody else find theirs, and that's such an empowering feeling to know that, like, if you do something and you put your energy out in the world, you can help somebody else do what they need to do and serve their purpose. Personally speaking for myself, like, I know now, like, after reflecting, after I've been out of college, like, what my why is, and I'll get into that in another video about the post-grad life, but I feel like part of me has been holding myself back a little bit because I see everybody else doing their thing and doing all this great stuff, and it's kind of like comparing myself, and then also knowing like there are things that I haven't necessarily pushed through, like with this YouTube channel. I had to reevaluate and see what my why was for this. Like, I didn't want to be aimlessly making videos that weren't purposeful, and I feel like me putting myself back out there, some people are sitting by judging like, here she come again with these videos, she about to stop soon. And so it's made me scared, like, dang, like, should I even post this video? Like, are people gonna really even support me? But you can't worry about the people that's not gonna support you. Worry about the people that are. All in all, don't count yourself out. Don't plot on your own self, and don't self-sabotage yourself into this hole where you can't even find your way out, because we are at the age right now where it's time to push through. Like, we do not have time for the games, y'all. Like, there are so many moves to be made. There are so many opportunities that are out there, and the world is literally yours. Like, you just have to take it by storm, and you have to just keep pushing, and don't be your own worst enemy. There are going to be so many people out there that are literally waiting to see you fall flat on your face. But if you want to see yourself win, like, that's all that matters, and people are going to get on board or they're not. Like, but there are enough people out there to get on board with what you are doing that you don't have to worry about the people who aren't going to tag along. And that's a word. Whoever is tuning into this video, I thank you so much. I mean, I know that things have been a little shaky with me, and I'll kind of explain that a little bit more. I kind of explained it the first time, but life just has been like, it's been hitting, y'all. Like, it's not stopping. It's coming full force. But I've just finally decided to stop laying down and taking it. Like, I'm gonna get up and I'm going to push back, period. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you next time.